Get to know Michelle Wu, the first woman and Asian American mayor of Boston. Boston voters, marking a key milestone in the city's long political history, for the first time elected a woman and an Asian American as mayor on Tuesday, tapping City Councilor Michelle Wu to serve in the city's top political office. Wu's victory marks a turning point for the city. Boston had only elected white men as mayor before her. One of my sons asked me the other night if boys can be elected mayor of Boston, Wu told supporters. They have been, and they will again someday, but not tonight. The choice of Wu over fellow Boston City Councilor Annissa Essaibi-George is just the latest marker of how much the Boston of not so long ago, known for its ethnic neighborhoods, glad-handing politicians and mayors with Irish surnames, is giving way to a new Boston. She is the first woman, the first person of color, and as an Asian American the first to be elected mayor of Boston, Essaibi-George said in her concession speech. I know this is no small feat. You know this is no small feat. Wu won't have much time to revel in her win. She will be sworn in on November 16, replacing Kim Janey, who endorsed Wu after missing the cutoff to progress from the primary election in September. We are ready to meet this moment. We are ready to become a Boston for everyone. We're ready to be a Boston that doesn't push people out, but welcomes all who call our city home, Wu said. Wu had racked up a series of high-profile endorsements, including support from acting Mayor Kim Janey, U.S. Sens Elizabeth Warren and Edward Markey, and U.S. Rep. Ayanna Pressley, a former Boston City Councilor and member of the Squad in Congress. The city's previous elected mayor, Democrat Marty Walsh, stepped down earlier this year to become U.S. Secretary of Labor under President Joe Biden. Walsh was replaced on an acting basis by Janey, sworn in March 24 as Boston's first female and first black mayor. Mayor Michelle Wu's background. Wu, 36, was the first Asian American woman to serve on the Boston City Council, having first been elected in 2013 at the age of 28. She became the first woman of color to serve as council president when she was elected in January 2016. Her parents immigrated to the United States from Taiwan in the early 80s, before she was born. She is fluent in Mandarin and Spanish. Wu graduated from Harvard University and Harvard Law School. It was while she was a student at Harvard, as her parents were separating, that Wu noticed her mother showing signs of mental illness. Shortly after graduating, just months into her new job, Wu was called home to Chicago by her younger sister, with their mom in a full-blown mental health crisis. After stabilizing her home life, Wu moved the entire family back to Boston, where she began to attend Harvard Law School. Wu believes the move saved her mother's life. Her mom was diagnosed with late-onset schizophrenia and was inpatient at Massachusetts General Hospital. Wu got her start in City Hall working for Mayor Thomas M. Menino as a Rappaport Fellow in Law and Public Policy. She later served as statewide constituency director in the U.S. Senate campaign of her former law professor, Elizabeth Warren. She is a former restaurant owner, legal services attorney, and legal guardian of her younger sisters. She also has a background in community advocacy, having worked at the WilmerHale Legal Services Center in Jamaica Plain and at the Medical Legal Partnership at Boston Medical Center. Wu lives in Roslindale with her husband, Connor, and her sons, Blaze and Cass. Wu and her family share a two-family house with her mother.